we need to know what kind of Trojans are out there, what tools the adversaries are using, so that we can understand them. Maybe while we're doing a penetration test, we trip upon one of these things. We realize that the machine has already been compromised. It's already there. Or we may be talking to somebody who's trying to hire us and they say, you know, I'm having this problem and I see this thing. It might be evidence of a Trojan. So we want to look at all the different types of Trojans. Not all of these are specific types, and there may be components of it. So give us a little latitude there. A backdoor, designed to give malicious user remote control. A backdoor is a way into the machine. A banker. In this one, this goes after a particular audience. They have an online banking system, e-payment systems, and it's stealing account data specifically related to that. A clicker, designed to access internet resources. You say, well, why would that be a big deal? There's actually a company out there called Click Forensics, and what they do is they monitor the purchase of click-throughs and banner ads and see if there's inappropriate activity. Here's what adversaries are doing today. What they're saying is we want to run up the bill on somebody who's advertising. So what we will do is we will access a whole bunch of computers out there and make those computers basically click through on that banner, because they're getting paid a little bit of a fee for that click-through that's going on. How would that be? Well, we'd see them actually clicking. Well, no, it's worse than that. Today what happens is they usually submit the queries and intercept the queries for search engines like Bing and Google, and they will append these other search terms to that will lead to the banners being displayed on that particular end user site. So you may have typed in baby dolls, and along the sidebar pops up things that are teddy bears. You were really typing baby dolls, not teddy bears, but each one of those impressions that was there was charged for. And so in the clicker, what we're doing is we're doing this on a massive scale, and we're doing it underneath, so it looks like normal browsing with weird search terms, and that click through or that banner ad that's popped up there for the impressions actually makes money for the adversary. An ARC bomb. This is an archive. Think tar, think zip. So what we do is we take a whole bunch of files and empty files and we unarchive those. So it's kind of a denial of service, it's slowing the machine down. So when we do that, when we decrypt or we unzip or we untar a file, that takes up processing time. So an ARC bomb is a denial of service attack against the machine, but a Trojan type. Distributed denial of service, remember, this is a generic thing. Distributed group of computers for reducing the availability of a particular service. We'll talk more about DDoS in its own section. A downloader, this is exactly what it says. It says it downloads this new version of malicious programs, and they'll run automatically at intervals. A dropper. Now this one is very specific to creating Trojans. It is a program for installing malware. And it has actually three components to it. The malware, which is the evil stuff. The benign software, which is what the user wants. And the wrapper, which takes both of them and puts them together. So dropper is kind of one of the types of program for installing malware, creating this executable that is then offered to the end user. Fake antivirus. Well, hey, click here, click now, buy this thing, this will protect you because you are compromised, and you go, oh my God, okay, I've got to click on that. And users do that all the time. Hey, I've been infected and this thing will help me. Thank you very much, fake Microsoft site. I'll go ahead and I'll pay for that. And it's supposed to detect and remove that threat, which may or may not be there. And actually, in a lot of cases, what it will do is detect and install itself and protect itself and say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and give you something that you didn't want to begin with. Criminals inside of games are abound today. Malicious programs designed to steal user account information from online gaming. If you went to the police and said, somebody stole my gold, they would go, well, let's go to your house and let's dust for fingerprints. No, it's inside of a game. Did that gold or those points cost you real money? Yeah. And if somebody were to go into the game and actually take that away from you through one of their Trojan programs, well, you did lose some real value there, but there's no activity that the police can track down. So game thieves are abound. Instant messaging. Instant messaging is a vehicle for delivering some sort of information, but it also could be used to have user account data, login, and passwords for instant messaging programs where we could subvert. We could convince somebody to use that instant messaging account for something else. Ransom. Today what we do typically with ransom is we connect to a machine, we encrypt somebody's files, and then we say to them, if you don't pay us money, we won't send you the key. And the reality is that the key never gets sent. So your files are encrypted and you can never get them back. The only thing that can help you in a ransom case is actually a good backup of your files. Text messages from infected mobile devices to premium rate numbers are a big deal today. Those premium rate numbers actually collect that money from the SMS, and they actually deposit it into somebody else's account, and through a series of paper trails and a whole bunch of different things, what we get is somebody draining your money away through dialing those premium numbers. And spy is just that. It spies on a user's actions. It listens, it captures the keystrokes, it learns those activities. A mail finder is a tool specifically related to finding email addresses. If I can get that onto your computer and you've got a nice big long list of contacts, I'll collect up that list of contacts and I'll use it for something else. I see this quite often in compromised free mail accounts where I get an email from somebody that says, hi, I wanted you to click on this link right here because it's really cool and I've really missed you and I haven't talked to you in a really long time. And I see that in the CC line there's 10,000 other people. They probably had their account compromised at that moment in time through a mail finder. So Trojans, remember, they're malicious software inside of good software that allows us to gain access to a target system. I think that we use Netcat in our cases, and that's our best tool. I would look at the secure list, and I would also look at Netcat to find out more information on Trojans so that you can take that next step.